Happy Tuesday. I always think my hair looks fabulous, and then I get on camera and I'm like, wow, my hair's a mess. The details the GoPro shows are a little, ooh, and that light is in my eyes. Whatever. Good morning. Let me move you in a little closer this morning. Good enough. If you're watching, say, hey. I'm going to make a recipe from Trim Healthy Table that I have never made that was on my group coaching menu this morning. Did you know? I need my book laid out. Well, you knew that, but did you know I have nowhere to set my cookbook? Hey, Sandra. Hey, Mallory. Good morning. Did you know that when you are part of Wholly Healthy with KJ, you get a menu written for you with a grocery shopping list every single week? And if it's only you eating, you also get a mini menu so that you don't have to make a week's worth of food. You can make 3 days and eat it all week. Hey, Sherry. I feel like I haven't seen your name pop up for a while, but I've been missing some things. Hey, Kimberly. I'm seeing some new names on here this morning. Good morning. All right, we're going to make some brekkie. Big bowl egg scram. It's in Trim Healthy Table. If you're not a Trim Healthy mama, girl, why? Go check out Joyful Life with KJ and click on Wholly Healthy Beginners and learn how to be a Trim Healthy. There is a recipe called Big Bowl Egg Scram. I have scrolled by it a million times. Do you know why I haven't? Do you know why I've never made the Big Bowl Egg Scram from Trim Healthy Table on page 331? Because the picture, to me, looks absolutely horrible. Doesn't it look gross? And there is broccoli in this person's eggs. Whoever made this recipe put broccoli in their eggs. And in my opinion, if there are two things that should not go together, except in quiche with cheese, it's broccoli and eggs. It turned me off. But it was on my menu this morning from the sweet Cindy Wetzel. She writes menus for me. And I thought, you know what? I should trust Cindy and just make it. It might be delightful. And then I opened it up and was like, are you kidding me? There's like 787 ingredients. But then I thought, you know, I can do hard things. This might not be as difficult. Yeah, I can't do it, Jackie. I thought this might not be as difficult as it appears. A lot of times the recipes in the cookbooks, I open them and I get overwhelmed because of all the ingredients. And so I make something different that takes me twice as long than if I had just followed the recipe. So today I'm going to follow a recipe. And I have almost all of the ingredients to do so, except for the optional miso, because I cannot find miso in Wilkes County, North Carolina. Apparently Wilkes County, North Carolina got something against miso here because I can't find it anywhere. So I'm going to make it except for that. But it says I can use mineral salts if I'm not using miso. So because that had broccoli in the picture, I was like, I'm not making that. But then I read the recipe and it says 2 to 3 cups. I don't have a Publix, Shirley. 2 to 3 cups of veggies. And I can use 1 to 3 choices or a combination of greens. So I can use kale or spinach. I can use chopped onion, chopped bell peppers, mushrooms, zucchini, tomatoes, cabbage. It gives me all these options. And I thought, oh, the broccoli isn't even listed, even though it's in the picture. I don't have to put broccoli in my eggs. I can make that recipe. So I'm going to use onion, tomato, and zucchini, summer squash. I should get an onion in order to be able to chop my veggies appropriately. It says that I need to spray my skillet with coconut oil and put it on medium heat and then add my veggies and sprinkle with salt and pepper. No, not pepper, just salt. So I'm going to take this big old summer squash. I should probably rinse it. I love how Food Lion sells summer squash by the little cute bag. Look at this cute little bag. It's got more than summer squash in it because I added some things. Hey, Kay. But I love the little cute bag that I can pick out veggies at Food Lion. So 2 to 3 cups. Girl, that's some veggies. So I'm going to, well, there's a weird chunk on the side that I'm going to remove. Let me move this out of your way. I'm gonna chop this up. I don't really have to peel it, but this has been upstairs for like a week and it's kind of funky on the outside. So I'm just gonna scrape off the funk. Throw some of it on my floor. Just getting rid of a little bit, like all of the outside. Just all of it. I'll pick that up off the floor later. It says to very finely dice zucchini, right? So it's very finely diced. So that means tiny. What do y'all have for breakfast? Tell me in the comments. Ooh, I don't like seedy zucchini. It's too big. When it's got all those seeds, it's gotten too big, in my humble opinion. What veggies would you put in this if you were making this? It does sound like a song, Scrape Off the Funk. Isn't there a song? I can't remember the words. Something about funk. I can't remember the words now. If you were making the big bowl scram, what 3 veggies would you choose to put in your big bowl scram? Zucchini is always a good go-to for me because it's just not a ton of extra flavor. No, it's not Uptown Funk. It's like a eminent funk or something like that. It's from the 70s. It's from the 70s. I read that as furry green beans. I thought if your green beans are furry, surely you should probably throw them away. All right, I'll play this song and my video will get banned. It's from The Who. I'll just play a bit of it. Oh, I can't. I have my earbud in. It's The Who, Eminent Funk from the 70s. I don't know if it's the 70s, but it sounds like it's from the 70s. That song. That's what my funky zucchini reminded me of this morning, is Eminent Funk. Don't ask me why. I like that song. I do. I like it. All right, there's probably half cup. Where did you say? You would have Nucci green beans. Oh, what would you put in this bowl if you were making it, Shirley? Nobody answered my question. If you were making a big bowl egg scram from page 331 of Trim Healthy Cookbook and you could choose 3 non-starchies to put in your breakfast, what would you put? Cabbage would be good in this. I ain't doing no broccoli in my eggs for breakfast. I ain't doing it. It's not happening. Some of this is a little seedy for me. A little seedy. It's like the middle of a cucumber. When it gets that seedy, it's mushy. And I don't like mushy. I like my veggies tender, not mushy. Spinach, onion, and mushroom. That would be good. I had to throw out a container of spinach yesterday and unopened. I love going to the grocery store and picking out the box of spinach that looks the absolute best so that I can bring it home and put it in the back of my fridge and throw it away 3 weeks later. It's my favorite pastime. You just pick out the one that looks the absolute best. Stick it in the back of your fridge so it partially freezes. It gets really wilty and slimy, and then you pull it out and go, ooh, and you throw it away. It's a great pastime. Onion, mushroom, and spinach. Canned French cut green beans. That would be good. I love French cut green beans. Nope, ain't doing broccoli, Jackie. Ain't hitting. I love broccoli, but I ain't putting it in my eggs. All right, let's get this cooking. Cabbage, zucchini, and spinach. That would be good. Oh my gosh, my phone is going crazy. I just got like 9 texts in a row. Apparently, I have to fill out new patient paperwork for the ortho tomorrow in Greensboro. I gotta go to Greensboro. I've never been. A little nervous. I get nervous going to a new place. All right, onion and tomato. I get really nervous traveling to cities I've never been to. But it's all right. I won't die. But I feel like it might be a big city. Anybody ever been to Greensboro? Is it a big city? I should look up the population. I haven't even been to Winston-Salem. I've been to Charlotte, which is bigger than Winston-Salem, but for some reason Winston-Salem scares me more than, because it sounds like smokers live there. Winston. I'm not afraid of smokers. They don't scare me, but is the whole city full of smokers in Winston? I don't know. I just haven't dared go to Winston-Salem yet. Greensboro used to be bigger than Winston-Salem, but it's as big as Winston-Salem, and I got to go there tomorrow. Don't ask me why I get scared of things. Listen, the biggest city in the state that I come from had 60,000 people. There's a lot more than 60,000 people. There's almost 1 million people in Charlotte. There's also like 300,000 people in Winston-Salem. That terrifies me. That's a lot of people. Right, Greensboro. You gotta, Shirley told me you gotta sound like you got a mouthful of something. Greensboro. I probably don't have to go Greensboro. Just like Wilkesboro. We don't say Wilkesboro. When you're like, I'm from Wilkesboro, they say, you ain't. No, you're not from Wilkesboro. Because you say Wilkesboro, everything around here ends in a which is different than up home because it ends in a ah. Up home it would be Wilkesboro, A-H. All right, tomatoes. It says to very finely dice my tomatoes, yet the person in the picture used large chunks. So that's kind of contradictory, not contraindicated. All right. Whole bunch of veg. Okay. My tomato is super juicy ripe, which means it has tomato guts. I can't do tomato guts. Hey, Donna. I can't do tomato guts. Can't do them. When they're juicy like that, no. It's not happening. So I just let the little guts ooze out because boo. Oh, and there's a little funk on that too. I don't think I ever eat vegetables that don't have funk on them because I buy them and wait a month and then say, oh, I should eat that. Do you know that I bought this tomato so long ago that I bought it to make fried green tomatoes? It was a very solid tomato and it was green. That's how long ago I bought this, and now it's so stinking red and ripe, it's like barely edible. That's how long ago I bought this tomato. That's all right. That's right. I can handle a golden retriever hair in my food, but girl, I don't want no tomato guts. I have principles. Tomato guts is one of them. I realize how ridiculous I sound when I start speaking. What do you tell me in the comments? What is it that other people will eat that you just can't? You look at it and you're like, I ain't doing that. That's got to be fixed before I can eat that. What do you have that's weird about you? I'm not the only person that has weird things about me. I'm positive of that. I know some of you. So I'm positive I'm not the only one that has some weird stuff going on. All right. They say to spray this with coconut oil spray to saute these veggies until tender. But here's how I really like to saute my veggies until tender is just with a little chicken broth. It gets them more tender more quickly. Somebody needs to come get that Snickers out of my fridge. I had enough of that. All right. Saute. What's that? Oh, that's from yesterday's breakfast. I can take that out. It's like a little burnt piece from yesterday's breakfast. I washed my pan, sort of. All right. A little salt in there, they say. You're right, Bonnie. There's no fixing a beet. Citrus. Yeah. I like some citrus, but I'm not like a major citrus lover like some people. I can take, like, I would never sit down and eat an orange. I might slice it once in a while and eat a few bits, but that's very rare. Very, very rare that I would do that. And people love to sit and eat a fresh orange. Me, I'm like, meh, don't know about that. Not my favorite. I'll still have it once in a while, but yeah. I think beets, to be honest, are a lot like cilantro. Some people love cilantro and some people say it tastes like soap. I think beets are the same way. Some people say they're sweet and candy-like, and the rest of us say they taste like dirt. Like it tastes like a weird textured dirt. Can't do it. Yeah, that's one thing, Shirley, I don't like about oranges. That's why if I am going to sit and eat an orange, I'm going to slice it into smiles like a kindergartner. And that way I get a lot less of the pith. This is, Donna, nope, this ain't no KJ creation. I'm not that creative. This is Trim Healthy Table, page 331. It is the Big Bowl Egg Scram. So, all right. The next step, while your veggies are cooking, it says, once they start to sizzle, reduce the heat to low and cover while you prepare the eggs. I could have done that, but instead I'm cooking it in chicken broth, so I'm going to let it cook out the chicken broth. And when the chicken broth is gone, I should take that out now while I see it lingering there. Nobody wants that at breakfast. Listen, I can't help it. I don't want to wear a ponytail every single day. So hair happens in this house. Look at how much hair I have. Okay, do you see this? Do you see how much hair I have? It happens in my food. It's okay. I just pull it out. It's gross, but we all get over it soon enough. Yeah. Yep, they do. They totally taste like dirt, and I can't get past it. All right. 2 eggs or 1 egg and a half a cup of egg whites to lighten it up. I think that I am going to do that. I'm going to do 1 egg and then half a cup of egg whites. Because there is some oil in this, and I've been eating a lot of heavy stuff. Oh, thank you, Donna. You're so sweet. Half cup is right there. Oh, well, plus an egg, so I could probably add a little extra. All right, a little egg white. These are egg beaters. They say to mix this up with an immersion blender, and then we're going to pour it in with our cooked veggies. So this has got a whole ton of ingredients. So let's see. Miso, which I don't have, so they said to add extra. Oh, that's pepper. They said to add extra salt if I don't have miso. And if somebody knows where I can buy miso, well, maybe I need to go to Publix the next time I'm around to Publix. We just don't have one around here. The next time I go to Hickory, I'll go to Publix in Greensboro tomorrow. I have tried that, Shirley. They still taste like dirt. And whenever I roast beets, they don't get tender all the way through. I look at people's picture of their roasted beets, and they're these beautiful plump things. Mine shrivel up. And look, they're hard in the middle, tender on the outside. Nope, not happening. What else is in here? Miso that I don't have. There's some yeast. Where did I put that? Down here. This is going to make it taste cheesified. A little vinegar, which is a very weird ingredient. Amber, I am making, how much? I am making the Big Bowl Egg Scram from Trim Healthy Table. If you want the exact amounts, or the exact spices and seasonings that I'm adding, you'll need to look in the cookbook since it's theirs. But I can tell you a little bit about what I'm putting in. This has some smoke. It's detached though. Some seasonings. You can probably change up the seasonings. I'm going to put what they recommend. You can use your imagination. They just say a little sprinkle. And then a little bit of water. Then it says, I'm going to do it with a stick blender. Hopefully my liquid is almost cooked out of my veggies and they're nice and tender. That's just how I like them. I mean, I've made the kind of, yes, this is one serving. Is it? Yes, it is one serving. Valerie, you had me concerned there for a minute. I was like, uh-oh, is it? I mean, I've made stuff very similar to this before, to be honest. And when I look at this, it's really not a lot different than any egg scramble. But the miso would totally take it over the top, I bet. Well, there's vinegar, which is a bizarre addition to your eggs. I've never had vinegar in my eggs, I have to admit. That does seem a bit different. And smoke, I've never had that either. It says, uncover the skillet, pour the eggs over the veggies, and increase your heat to medium. Stir well. I just got to cook another minute to get a little bit more liquid out of this. This would be really pretty with a big old gob of spinach in there, but I ain't got none. A Fresh Market. I've never been to one of those. Whole Foods. I've been there. I don't like Whole Foods a whole lot, but I do like me some Trader Joe's. I don't like Whole Foods because I need to take out a mortgage on my home and just to buy groceries. And unfortunately, I no longer have a mortgage. So, can't do that. Yes, I agree. And I always learn weird things like adding smoke to my veggies. All right. I'm really curious what the vinegar is going to do to this. Okay. It smells very different than any egg scramble I've ever had. Stir well and let it cook. Okay. Oh, it smells very different. Yeah, whole paycheck, no doubt. I went to Whole Foods one time years ago. I'll tell you this story. Hold on. Years ago, I went to Whole Foods and I'm like, oh, you can grind your own peanut butter at Whole Foods. That's super cool. I'm going to grind my own peanut butter. I made the tub and then I went and paid for it and it was $17 for a little tub of peanut butter. And I was like, how much? Can I put that back in the machine at this point? $17 for peanut. It's just peanuts. Who's charging that? Yes, the bougie grocery store. There's a grocery store here, a local one that I call the bougie grocery store because everything is more expensive there, like double the price. And I think, why do people shop here when the items here are literally the same as what you can find at Walmart? Most of them, they're the same, but they're literally double the price. Lowe's Foods, they're very expensive. Mine is cooking up very differently in appearance. Theirs is like chunky pieces of eggs. Mine is like pasty looking. Mine's cooking very differently. Maybe they go to for convenience. I don't know. But it's on the left side of the road and Walmart's on the right. So I don't really know why they go there. That's a tiny piece of onion. I'm not going to save that. I don't really know why people go there. Yes, I used to do it in my Vitamix too, and I don't have a Vitamix anymore, but I do have the blender jar to make it with my machine, and I don't know why I never do it. Debbie, I should do that. I do have the jars somewhere to do it. All right, my egg scram is cooking up extremely different than in the book. The book, it looks like scrambled eggs. Mine is coming out looking like a paste. Do you see this? It kind of looks like hospital food eggs. Well, that's a valid point. Surely, you're less chance of seeing somebody with no pants on at Lowe's Foods, but you're also have a high probability of not having very friendly cashiers. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. The one here, they are not very friendly at all. I've gone to Lowe's Foods 3 times, and every time I've had not the greatest experience with the cashiers. That's where I went for the coffee, and they refused to give me the price that was on the shelf. They were like, "Do you want me to take it out of your cart?" I'm like, "No, I want the price that it says right there on the tag." "Sorry, ma'am, I can't change the price." It says $6.99. Why are you charging me $9.99? I'm sorry, ma'am, that is not this coffee. This is chocolate coffee right there. This is chocolate coffee. It's right here. This is the product on the tag, and it says $6.99, and they refused to give it to me. This is an S, Mallory. As it is right now, it's probably, there's a whole egg in it. It might be a little closer to a fuel pull right now, but once it's done, it will be an S. I'm having a really hard time getting this to cook up to a nice caramelization. But it smells good. There's something in there that smells really, really good, and I don't know what it was. Yes, they should honor their pricing, and they refused to do it. And then I went there this week, and I got pre-cooked foods. I got chicken because they had rotisserie chicken on sale, and they had fried chicken, which I got for my family, and they had baked chicken that was all cooked. So I went in there to get a few things, and I got a few things that were on sale. And then as I was leaving, they packed my bags in my cart, and I left, and I got home, and I was missing half my stuff. And it's not my fault for not checking, but I had to go all the way back into the store. So I haven't had the greatest experiences. No offense to Lowe's Foods. Place your scram in a bowl and drizzle with coconut oil and sprinkle with highly recommended chipotle powder and cheese and Parmesan cheese and sesame seeds. I don't have sesame seeds. Yeah, I mean, it was completely gone, though, Shirley. They were starting to caramelize. I don't think it impacted it much. It was only a touch, but it is very different looking. It could, maybe it is the... Did I wash this after the dog licked it? I think so. All right. I'm going to put it in my bowl, even though it looks a little weird. It's very yellow. It's a big old bowl, y'all. And it says it's highly recommended to sprinkle with chipotle powder, which I do have. I just brought it downstairs right here. I love chipotle powder. So we're going to sprinkle a little on this. They hire sullen teenagers intentionally. That's hilarious. All right, I'm going to sprinkle with chipotle powder. And then it says to drizzle a teaspoon of coconut oil over the top. Okay. Small amount of parm. It's a light S. So we're going to keep this under a tablespoon. Just a little sprinkle. And sesame seeds, which I don't have any, but down here on my floor, I do have a bag. I think I have sesame seeds. I just can't find them. I do have a bag of this stuff. This is everything but the bagel seasoning. So I'm just going to use that because it's got sesame seeds in it. I can't find my sesame seeds. I know I have them somewhere. All right, that looks like a pretty good breakfast, I gotta say. It needs a cup of coffee, though. Needs cup number 2. We gotta brew a little cup of coffee. Go with this. It's an important addition to breakfast. All right. Look at the size of this bowl. They were right. Faith, so this is the big bowl egg scram, and it says to cook your veggies, and then you're pouring everything over it and cook until caramelized, which I did, but it looks delicious. And the smell from I don't know if it's the ACV or if it's the smoke, but the smell is really, really good. I never thought of putting ACV in my eggs. That is excellent. That is very different than any egg bowl I have ever had. I need to try more recipes like this. Mmm. Oh, good choice to put on the message, Wetzel. This is great. Hot. Mmm. That is divine. That's really good, you guys. I can't believe I've never had this recipe just because they put broccoli in theirs and it turned me off. See? Just like that lady KJ says, you can do hard things. You should try things even though you don't think you'll like them because you never know if it's going to be your next favorite. Look at me taking my own advice. This is from Trim Healthy Table, Faith, page 331. That's very good. This has got a great flavor, and that chipotle powder is everything on top. I think it would be really good with some jalapenos in there too. I could use, like Shirley said, I could have put some jalapeno powder in there. And you guys, that's a big old bowl of food. That's really, really great. Well, I'm excited about that. We got to have a little cup of coffee with it. Oh, stink. See, just when I think I have it all together and I'm going to let me just go ahead and make a cup of coffee, I realize that I don't have any milk. So now I have to have coffee. I should have made an Americano. I'm just going to turn this into an Americano and put a splash of cream in it because I don't feel like making a whole bunch of milk right now, even though it's not that hard. I will just turn this into an Americano. There's my double shot of espresso. Let's get some hot water. We'll add hot water to it, splash cream. We'll have a nice Americano. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It's half and half. 3.5 grams of fat and 2 whole tablespoons. So, I can do a tablespoon is plenty. A little sweetener. Yes, I'm using the same spoon. Don't worry about it. This jar is only used by me, nobody else, unless you come to visit. In that case, maybe worry about it. I don't. Turn that into an Americano. There we go. Yum. Now I got my cup of coffee. Perfect. I should make Americanos more often. That's good. All right. That's it. Big bowl scram, Americano. Yeah, there are a lot of ladies here who would love it if I drink it black. Those ladies can keep wishing. As my dad used to say, well, I won't say what my dad used to say. I won't say what he used to say. It's not happening, though. Let's go ahead and say that. I ain't drinking no black coffee. I have to do a liver cleanse, you guys, a liver detox in January. And I'm afraid that they may make me drink black coffee, in which case I'm just going to go 4 weeks without coffee because I can do 4 weeks without coffee better than I can do 4 weeks with black coffee. This is chipotle powder, generic store in Herman. That's where I got my chipotle powder. Have you ever done it, Faith, with these ingredients? I didn't have the miso. I really wish I did. I'm going to get some this week and maybe we'll make it again next week, but with miso and see what difference it makes. But it's got chipotle powder. It's got liquid smoke, and it's got ACV in it. So it's kind of a weird, and you mix it really well with an immersion blender. It's very good. I'm really excited about this breakfast. I need to go eat and shut my face. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. I love you. Oh, it's October 31st. Do you know what that means? Well, it means lots of things. But for me, the thing I care about, I don't care about no Halloween. That ain't my jam. So I don't care. But today is the last day of October, which means tomorrow starts the November session of Holy Healthy Holidays, November and December. No excuses, November. Do it, December. Listen, it's time to ditch the excuses and the fruit flies. If you are full of excuses surrounding, during the holidays, like, well, I can't stay on plan because grandma makes the best fruitcake, or I can't have mom's apple pie, or so and so makes the best caramel apple cheesecake that I've ever had in my life. And if I go on plan and commit to plan, then that means I can't do it. So I'm just going to wait till January 1st. And between now and January 1st, you're going to make lots of choices that negatively impact your body, your methylation system. And if your journey is one of honoring God with your choices, you're going to struggle there too. Why do that when you have got the last 2 months of the year to rock this plan and make huge impact on other people and yourself? Other people first, because let me tell you, when you join Holy Healthy Holidays, the community that you experience is huge. It changes lives, the community. I can't even tell you how much the community can change your life until you get your butt in there and you participate. It will change your life. Okay. So come join me. It's only $165 for the last 2 months of the year. Great deal. And you can split that into 2 payments to make it even more affordable. If you absolutely are desperate for help and you cannot afford it, reach out to me, please, and we'll talk. All right. I love you so much. I hope you have an amazing last day of October before we get ready to start the month of big holidays. I love you all, and I will see you back tomorrow. Bye, guys. Okay, I didn't mean to hit the end devotion button. It's not the end of devotions, it's the end of breakfast. Let me hit the right button this time and say goodbye for real.